Hello, my name's Dakota. Hope you're all doing well today. Just want to make a short little video, just talk about how I got into storm chasing. Just a little bit about me in case anyone was curious. First of all, look at the sunset. Wow. Just a little bit of how I got into storm chasing. When I was a little kid, I would go get books all the time, every week from the library with my grandma. And I would always get books on tornadoes or hurricanes, whatever it might be, weather related. Especially if it was severe weather. In my entire childhood, I'd just read books on them. Obviously, I saw Twister at a young age. That influenced my passion for storm chasing quite a bit too. The show Storm Chasers with Reed Timmer, Tim Samaras, all them, Sean Casey. That influenced me pretty good because that was the first time I realized people actually went out in the real world and did it, and it wasn't just for movies. Tim Samaras was the biggest chaser back in the 2000s that made me want to go out and actually start doing it. I'm not a professional at all, but I'm just trying to kind of learn from the internet and trusted sources. I took a Skywarn spotter class, and I still take them like every couple years just to take them, just for more information. And that's helped tremendously. Gabe Garfield, I bought his course and have been just learning from his community too. That's been a huge help. There's so many YouTubers too, like Convective Chronicles, Skip Talbot. There's so many on there. You really can't go wrong with any of them. I started actually going out to chase back in 2022, just local to where I live, just normal stuff like rain showers and small stuff like that, nothing serious. And then I eventually kind of started working my way up about a year later. Got a couple storms with nice rotating wall clouds on them, no tornadoes, but they went off to the east and they did end up producing, but nothing crazy. Then my first tornado, I'm trying to remember if it was 2023 or 2024. I can't remember which year. It was one of those two. I think it was an EF1. It hit Wright Pat Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio. We're actually pretty close to where I saw it, where I stopped on the side of the road and looked off to the east and saw it on the horizon. I think it was around 5:30 in the morning, if I remember correctly. I watched the storm pass me up in this area, and then it moved way off to the east and actually produced the tornado. But I didn't see it till I got home, watched the video, and when the lightning flashed, I saw the funnel, and then they confirmed it a couple hours later, just as like a preliminary rating, of course. So I went, no way, I saw my first tornado. I was in shock for like half a week with trying to process that. And then the following year, so I'm going to say that was 2024, because last year is when I really started traveling around a little bit to start chasing. Like I went to Illinois for the March 15th and 16th setup. Didn't really get anything because it was at night, and I was kind of my first time leaving my area to go chase. So I just wanted to pace myself, and I was mainly just focusing on navigating in a new area while chasing. Wasn't really focused on capturing much. but I think there ended up being a tornado 20 minutes south of where I was. I can't remember exactly where in Illinois, but it wasn't one of the big ones. It was just a quick little, I think EF0 or EF1, something like that. Nothing serious. I don't think it even did any damage, thankfully. And then shortly after that, I went up to Minnesota for the April 28th setup back in 2025. Once again, I was kind of still learning how to navigate around, so I wasn't focusing too much on capturing stuff, but I did end up pulling over at the end of the day just to watch the sunset, which was incredible. And then I ended up getting that shot of the lightning with the rainbow, if anyone's seen that on my channel. It's one of my favorite shots I've ever captured. Always a bucket list thing for me. And the second big trip I took to go chase, I got one. So I was very happy about that. Then I didn't really travel around too much after that. Like, I pretty much just stayed in Indiana. And then this year, 2026, I went up and was 7 miles south of the, I think they're calling it the Kankakee tornado now. The one that unfortunately hit Lake Village, Indiana. I was 7 miles south of Lake Village when it went through that town, unfortunately. And that storm was beautiful, watching it come into the area, but once I started seeing the power flashes, it just completely flipped that feeling on its head. That's the sucky thing about doing it, is these storms are incredibly beautiful, but they have a very dark side to them as well, so you have to respect that. Safety is the number one thing to learn if you're going to go out and start doing this. There's definitely things I do I probably shouldn't do. I'm trying to get better with it, but like, I get it because it's very exciting. So when you're close proximity to a possible tornado, there's just something that makes you want to get closer just to see it. Because a lot of times they're wrapped in rain, so you can't really see them that easy unless you get kind of close. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get a little more comfortable being on camera, even just talking. Really trying to work on that. It's something I've always struggled with, which I've always found weird, because if you come up and start talking to me, I'll sit there and have a conversation with you, and I'll feel good about it, but just the thought of me putting a video out with me talking for some reason just takes a lot of nerves from me, which is one of the reasons I haven't done it yet. So yeah, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave them, and I'll either answer them down in the comments, or maybe I'll make another video someday, just a little Q&A. I just wasn't really sure how to go about making a video like this, so just figured I'd wing it. So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching.